Hi everybody and welcome to my live stream. In this live stream I'll be talking about the importance of grid, especially for beginners in interior sketching, and also I'll show you how you can use it in your interior drawing. So without further ado, let's begin. For these purposes I recommend you to use a piece of paper which is slightly thicker than regular marker pad. Like for example, you know that marker pad, this paper, it's really very thin. Normally it's 70-75 gram per square meter, so it's really very thin. It's almost transparent. So here we want to have a pretty thick piece of paper, and for these purposes I'm using now watercolor paper. Alright, so let me fix my lighting so you can see everything a little bit better. You can use a ruler for this task, because here it's really important that everything is to scale, and I'll be using this kind of ruler. So if you rotate it, you can see that you can use it for different types of scales. This scale is marked here, and I'll be using this, like the most common one, 1 to 100. This is a scale where like 1 centimeter, it's like a normal 1 centimeter, and it equals like 1 meter on your piece of paper. So I recommend you to locate your drawing slightly closer to the left, and let's begin. So we will be drawing a rectangular form. So today I'm gonna show you so this grid I'm gonna show you in to scale 1 to 50, and scale 1 to 50 it means that 1 meter in reality equals 2 centimeters on paper. By the way, let me introduce myself. So I'm Olga Sorokina. At the end of this live stream I'll make a Q&A session if you have any questions, and my website is schoolofsketching.com. schoolofsketching.com. So let's make a simple rectangular form and put it into 6 centimeters. So each piece is 2 centimeters long. The same we'll do for the height. So the height is going to be 4 meters in reality. So in our case it's going to be 8 centimeters, like that, and from this side here as well. It's always very nice to mark this meter so you feel more comfortable. And since this is grid, I'll be doing these horizontal lines so we can actually see the square grid. So here we have each square 1 meter wide, 1 meter long. And we can locate now our vanishing point. So for example, since this says 1 meter, 2, 3 and 4, the regular height of a person, of a human being, is approximately 1.5 meters. So on our grid it will be located somewhere here. So this is basically our frontal wall, and now what I want you to do is to make a nice horizontal line which will indicate the horizon. So this is our eye level, I'll make a little icon of an eye. So this is the actual height at which we are standing and watching at this interior. And now we can locate our vanishing point. So let's assume that we are standing in this interior closer to the left wall. So this is going to be our vanishing point A. And next, what we need to do is to show the walls and the ceiling. This is that simple. Frontal view, or sometimes it's called one-point perspective, is the simplest kind of view. And the trickiest part of frontal perspective is how we define the depth of the space. So there are several different techniques to find the depth. For example, if you've already subscribed to my YouTube, I have a couple of videos on this topic there. Also in my video course Base, it's interior sketching for beginners, I dive very deep into this concept of how to find the depth. But for you, basic and very, very simple technique, one of many, but you can use it. So first we want to define at which point we are standing from this wall. So if we take a look at our interior space as a layout plan, so let's say this is our layout plan, this is our back wall, and this is us. So we are standing and watching at this wall, so that's why this vanishing point, it will be closer to the left, because we are standing closer to the left wall, and this is our angle of view. So this is basically everything that we can see in this interior. And let's say that our interior is 3 meters wide and 4 meters long, and we are standing at mark 4 from this wall. So this method, what we want to do, so we have 4 meters. Also we are working with our scale 1 to 50, which means 1 meter equals 2 centimeters. So in our case 4 meters will be 8 centimeters, right? And the hint is that we want to find so-called point of distance. This point was first described in Renaissance, during Renaissance time. This is the time in art when the majority of perspective principles were found by Renaissance artists. So let's do it. So we want to put 8 centimeters to scale. Remember we work to scale, and we want to put these 4 meters, 8 centimeters, to the right from our vanishing point. Oh, thank you for hearts. So we place 0 mark here and mark 8 here, and voila, this is our point of distance. Next, what we do, we want to connect this point with the point of distance. Alright, but that's not all. We need to show the grid on the floor. So we will connect our vanishing point with these marks. Connecting it. And also we want to make each of this segment, we want to divide it into halves, and also continue building our perspective. Yes, in my video course Base, I dive really deep into this knowledge, and this course, it's a video course for beginners in interior sketching. It's perfect for interior designers, architects. I will tell you a little bit more at the end of this live stream. And this is it. So what we want to do now is to find where these points intersected this line. So we will not, we are dividing this into halves, because if we would take just simply these points, right, the first points, it will give us the intersection with the wall too far from, and it will be kind of not correct. It will be not correctly. So we want to show the first 4 points, since we are standing at the distance 4 meters. And this is one of the methods how you show depth and perspective. And in a second, I'll show you how actually to use this grid. So if you have something happening on the wall, you can also prolong these lines to the wall or even to the ceiling. If, for example, you have quite a complex construction of the ceiling, or you want to find where is the fixture of your chandelier is on the ceiling, the same thing we can do with our left wall. So I hope you guys got the idea. So this grid now you can actually use and achieve these kind of drawings. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. So for example, we can take a marker, a new piece of marker paper, a fresh piece of marker paper. This is from Marker Pad. By the way, my favorite lists of materials you can easily find on my website, schoolofsketching.com/resources. So this is a new piece of marker pad. You can see that it's a little bit transparent. It's really very, very thin. And what you can do, you can simply, when you know that you'll be dealing with frontal perspective, you can simply put it on top of your grid. You can fix somehow the edges, right? You can put some patch there or fix it somehow, and you can see through, so you can instantly start drawing an interior space. Like for example, our room will be not 4 meters high, but let's say 3 meters high. And you see, you don't need to make any calculations in your head. You can simply start drawing like that, and you also see the grid, and when you take it off, you have a nice and clean sketch. So for example, this drawing I did exactly like that. I did this drawing for my video course, and I simply put it on top of the grid. So let me show you my grid that I used for this drawing. So I used this one. You can see that it is like in black lines, so you can see a little bit better through. So I simply put it like that. Since these two formats, they are A4 formats, and you can start quickly to draw through the lines. So this is it, you guys. If you have any questions or comments, let me turn on the comments. Hi everybody. Hi Dasha. Hi Tseng. And let me quickly show you, like, these are the details. This is what's inside the new lesson of the course. All right. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and at the end I want to remind you that if you are a beginner in interior sketching, and if you really struggle with perspective drawing, if you find it's really complicated, I want to welcome you to join my video course base. It's for beginners. There are hundreds and hundreds of students in this video course. The majority of them are interior designers, architects, interior design students. So in this course, you will simply master the very basics and essentials of sketching, and you can very quickly implement this really essential knowledge for interior designers into your practice. So where to find more information about this video course pro? You simply go to schoolofsketching.com and you find the program and sketches from the course. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me live, and